Hey ho, nobody home, no meat, nor drink, nor money have I none. Still I will be merry. Hey ho, nobody home, no meat, nor drink, nor money have I none. Still I will be merry. Hey ho, nobody home. Hey ho, nobody home. A soul and a soul and a soul cake. Please, good mistress, a soul cake. An apple and a pear and a plum or a cherry. Any old thing to make us all merry. 1 for Peter, 2 for Paul, 3 for him who made us all.
Welcome to Culture Coast. We have tonight with us a classic Christmas at the Crosley, who will be giving you the gift of song. I'm Catherine Parks, and this is Culture Coast. From Culture Coast, brought to you by the Arts and Cultural Alliance. I am so happy to see you, and we are tonight having a very special visit from the classic, oh my gosh, I keep getting this wrong because it's a bunch of C's, A Classic Christmas at the Crosley. But first, I would like to thank our presenting sponsor, Elizabeth Van Riper, Realtor with Michael Saunders and Company, as well as Beautiful You, and of course, iStage Home for seating all 6 of my guests. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce to you the performers of A Classic Christmas at the Crosley.
Yay! She wins the car.
Oh my gosh, that's really difficult. So, everyone, you're here, you're going to be performing in Bradenton at the Crosley Estate, and I'd like to first introduce Gary Mazzu, who is the artistic director. Gary, tell me a little bit about the Classic Crosley at the Christmas, and what.
You don't have to say that anymore tonight. They got it.
It is a holiday show, and it really is a lot of fun for the whole family. It's a wonderful gathering where we have a chance to sing lots of songs together, and there's stories featuring the work of Charles Dickens, Clement Seymour, as well as others. And everybody gets to move from room to room in the course of the evening. We start outside with an opening, then we all go inside for 3 show slots in the various rooms at the Crosley Estate, and then we go back outside for a closing and sing some more songs.
That sounds lovely, and I know it's lovely because I've done it before and I enjoy doing it. So Gary, what is the Powel Crosley Theater? When did that begin?
It was 2004, and we started out doing full-length productions of Shakespeare. The first one was Twelfth Night, and then very quickly we started focusing on not just William Shakespeare, but also the works of Edgar Allan Poe, Charles Dickens, Ernest Hemingway, and we have just had a wonderful, wonderful time of doing all these classic works and people coming and having a chance to experience a very interactive style of theater. It's very intimate, and people are sitting in a medium to small sized rooms, so everyone's very close to what's going on, and sometimes they find themselves getting involved.
Oh. Yes.
Just like in your living room.
Exactly. So Eileen.
Hello.
Tell me, because you've been doing this for 13 seasons?
This will be my 13th show, yes.
That's really impressive. And so I'm going to ask you, who are the Crosleys?
So Powel Crosley Jr. is who owned the estate originally and had it built.
And this was back in the 20s?
That's correct.
1929 is when they actually built, and it's a hurricane-proof and fire-proof home that they built down here in Florida. But they're originally from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
And he was a businessman, an entrepreneur, and an inventor. He invented the Crosley radio. If you have an old-time radio, it's probably a Crosley. He invented the Crosley automobile. And he was actually an owner of the Reds, and he broadcast the first night game on WLW radio in Cincinnati.
That's too cool. And then he built a home on the bay in Bradenton.
Yeah.
And so then tell me a little bit about yourself, because I know you're a performer and an improviser. So tell me a little bit about your background.
Yeah, I got my degree in musical theater and then started the mad hustle of being an actor, and I spend half of my year actually in Cincinnati. That is where I live. And half of the year I am touring, doing shows in various locations all over the country.
That's very cool. Yeah. All right. So let's move on to Patrick.
Hello.
Hello. So you're also a performer, and you've been doing the Crosley show how many years?
This is my 5th show.
Fifth show. And how is it different working here than elsewhere in the country?
With other theater houses, it's it's your more traditional proscenium or small other space like that where the audience sits and watches you, and there's always that fourth wall, that separation. At the Crosley, we go into the audience. Sometimes we pull somebody up and get them to say something silly, and everyone laughs, and they become part of the show, and it's wildly different from most other types of performance that you will encounter, because in no other venue will the actors come off of the stage and then start doing a monologue right next to you. And then before you say you stand up and you say this line, and okay, and everyone has, it's a lot of fun.
Very interactive. Yeah, exactly. So Dan, so we're doing a story together in the library of the Crosley. And tell me, I heard you say that you actually have a background doing jousting.
Yes.
And other things, but tell me a little bit about that.
Patrick and I actually both joust, and so I tour around the country jousting on horseback with the big sticks at Renaissance fairs, and it's a lot of fun. It is quite different than this. We get to be inside and dressed all fancy here. So
right.
I've done that for 3 years now, and I'm actually moving to Vegas in February to joust there as well.
Wow. Is jousting, how real is it? If someone comes at you with a big stick and you fall off your horse, right? That happens, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's all staged falls, and we keep it as safe as possible, but there is always an element of danger.
Sure.
And anytime you have two horses running full speed at each other, we actually hit each other, we actually fall off the horses. We get that question a lot, actually, is it real? And so being able to show that element to people is a very fun and kind of dangerous thing, but we keep it as safe as possible.
He's not dead yet.
Well, we're happy for that.
Especially since he's in your show.
Exactly.
Despite our benefits.
All right. Well, Sarah, tell me a little bit about you. Where are you from? What brought you to the Crosley?
Sure. Well, I'm originally from northern Minnesota, actually. I'm from right up on the Canadian border, a little town called Badette. But I've been all over the place the last couple of months. I'm trying to put my mind in order. So I became involved in this show because I was working for the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair with Dan and Patrick this last season. And Gary also works up at the fair, and he held some auditions there, and I was fortunate enough to be cast. And here I am in Sarasota, Florida.
She was the horse.
I wasn't.
That was great.
We worked with him.
All right.
Well, that brings me to Annie.
That's me.
Annie, you and I are the locals here.
I know we are the locals.
So
we get to play with each other once in a while. It's great fun.
We do. It is great fun. So you have a great solo festival coming up. I want to hear a little bit about that.
The Sarah Solo Festival. I got very interested in solo performances, and performed up at the United Solo Festival in New York, which is the largest in the world, and we won awards. And so my co-founder, Blake Walton, and artistic director, we decided to start a festival here in Sarasota with the idea that we wanted to eventually create a retreat for solo artists to come up from all over the world to be able to work in a collaborative with other solo artists. And so this will be our 5th year of the festival at the end of January and the first week of February. And it's just become this wonderful little gem that we have in Sarasota now. And I want to know when you're going to come and do your show.
Well, clearly you're booked for this year,
Okay,
but
next year.
maybe next year.
I'm throwing the gauntlet
Okay.
down.
Oh,
Okay.
I have a couple ideas.
Okay, great. All
Yeah.
right.
They all involve all Catherine.
All right. Well,
So-
all right. But it's always the last week of January and the first week of February, and it's great fun. You got to come.
Absolutely. Okay, one last question for all of you, and you get like 2-word answers, and then we're going to sing again, okay?
Great.
So I ask this of all of my guests. What's one thing you do that has nothing to do with the arts? You get like 5 seconds. Go. Eileen.
Oh, I'm first. I eat tacos.
That's great. Okay, Gary.
I go boating.
Love it. Patrick.
I home make pasta.
Great. Annie.
I write poetry.
Lovely. That's kind of artistic, but we'll let it go.
I don't know the arts. Damn it.
Sarah.
I love hiking.
Love it. And
I
Dan.
climb trees.
Oh, good. Dan.
I play ultimate frisbee.
Wow.
Frisbee?
Of course he does.
Oh.
All right, guys. Well, let's get up and do 2 more songs
All
for
right.
all of our
All right.
amazing friends on Facebook.
Oh, God rest ye.
All right. Here
All right,
we
here we
go.
go.
Getting in close together.
God rest ye, merry gentlemen. Let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power. When we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. From God our Heavenly Father a blessed angel came, and unto certain shepherds brought tidings of the same, how that in Bethlehem was born the Son of God by name. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. God rest ye, merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
One more. Yes. Let's do one more.
Another.
Okay, and the one more holiday favorite. You're all allowed to sing with us from behind your computers.
We know if you're not.
Jingle, 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 jingle,
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells and bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side.
The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bank and we got upset. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle.
Yay! That was lovely. We have fun. Well, that's it for our show tonight. I'd like to give a big shout out to our presenting sponsor, Elizabeth Van Riper, with Michael Saunders and Company. Elizabeth enriches the real estate experience of her customers with her extensive market knowledge and involvement with Sarasota's diverse cultural landscape. And thank you, as always, to Beautiful You and iStage Homes. Happy holidays and Happy New Year. We'll see you again on January 24th. Short old lang syne, my dear, for all